You're watching Bears Now by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Coming up on today's show, 2023 Chicago Bears offseason winners and losers. Who are some guys that benefited, performed well this offseason? Who are some guys on the other end of the spectrum? We'll break it down here on today's show. Let's start with a winner here. That is one Justin Fields, the Bears quarterback, for a variety of reasons. One, according to reports, he's just taken more command of the offense. He looks more comfortable. The on-field stuff is taking a step in the right direction. But he's also a winner because of what Ryan Poles did this offseason by adding all these pieces on offense. You get a true number one alpha male wide receiver in DJ Moore. You add a complementary piece in the draft in Tyler Scott. Sure, you lose David Montgomery, but you respond by signing Deontay Foreman for cheap. Even though he had a big year last year, you draft Roschon Johnson, you add Travis Homer, who could have some value in the passing game. Robert Tonyan, a good red zone tight end. You commit $30 million to Nate Davis, and then with your first-round pick after trading down in the DJ Moore trade, you get a right tackle in Darnell Wright. And I think with DJ Moore specifically, because he's going to be the guy who has the big impact here, right, out of all these additions. Ryan Poles trading for DJ Moore, in my opinion, will change the trajectory of this franchise. Not just the offense, not just Justin Fields, but the franchise. The Bears have not had a receiver of this caliber since Brandon Marshall. And in today's NFL, you got to have the quarterback and you got to have a big-time wide receiver, and they've got that in DJ Moore. And if Fields can lift up his level of play because of a guy like DJ Moore, I think that's going to go a very, very long way. And by the way, just on top of all of that, no one has a stronger visor game right now in the NFL. I mean, no one's looking this swaggy at OTAs and minicamp. I mean, he's rocking the blue, the orange visor. Just a great look for QB1. So exciting times in Chicago. He looks the part on the field. The swag's looking the part. So if Justin Fields can really take off here, this franchise is going to be in a good spot. Now, I think you guys know the answer. A little trivia, a little math. You guys know the answer, right? What does 1 plus 2 equal? I'm going to let you guys answer it in the chat. 1 plus 2 equals what? Better get the right answer because there is only one right answer. You guys went to math class, right? 1 plus 2, what does it equal? Let me know in the chat. By the way, I'm seeing some right answers and some wrong answers so far. Lucas Patrick is a loser of this offseason, not because he's not going to make the team. I think he will. But considering he signed to be this team's center last offseason, a 2-year deal. Last year he gets hurt, plays some guard with a broken hand, and then finally gets healthy, plays center, gets hurt again for the season. So misses most of last year. Then this year, they let Sam Mustipher walk, but the Bears have decided Cody Whitehair is going to be plugged in as the starting center, which means Lucas Patrick is plugged in as the backup at this point in time. I do think that's pretty clear at this point. Cody Whitehair will start. Now, is there a scenario where Patrick could get an opportunity in training camp to win that job? Maybe, but all indications so far, it feels like Cody Whitehair is that guy and he's going to be that starter, which is why we have to include him as a winner, right? Like, if Lucas Patrick is, somewhat getting demoted here, Cody Whitehair is somewhat getting promoted, even though he's been a starter at left guard the last several years. But he's a clear winner here because the Bears could have cut Cody Whitehair as a post-June 1 cut candidate and saved almost $10 million. He has not played that great the last couple years, but they value him in the locker room. They value him to a point where, hey, we believe in you. We're going to make you our center and not clear that cap space, and you're going to go back to a position you played several years ago. So that makes him a clear winner. He gets to stick around. He's not losing out on any money, and he's still going to start on this offensive line. So Lucas Patrick on the tough end of that, but Cody Whitehair on the winning end of that when it comes to the center position. Now, bear down and subscribe to the channel. If we can get to 68,000 subscribers by training camp, that would make me feel awesome. Help us out. Let's get there. We're 706 away. We got, 5 weeks? That's just about 150 subs a week over the next 5 weeks or so. I think we can get there, right? Spread the word. Tell the friends, say, hey, Bears, big season coming up. If you want daily coverage, go subscribe to Bears Now by Chat Sports. Send them the link. We got you guys covered with daily coverage. Jack Sanborn is a loser this offseason, not because of his play. He's actually been dinged up. He hasn't been able to compete that much, but because the Bears added these two guys, right? TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmunds, the number 5 and 6 ranked linebackers per PFF this past season. 2 really good off-ball guys. So those are clearly your top 2 linebackers, whereas Sanborn ended last year as your top guy. But the good news for Sanborn is I still think he is in line to be a starter at that Sam linebacker spot. Edmunds going to roam the middle. You got TJ Edwards at the will linebacker spot. If Sanborn is healthy by training camp, which he should be, and can hold it down, he should get to start. But the Bears invested heavily at off-ball linebacker. They give Tremaine Edmunds $72 million. They give TJ Edwards a 3-year deal. They bring on Dylan Cole, a veteran. They draft Noah Sewell in the 5th round. I mean, you went from this being one of your worst position groups to your best. So as a whole, it's a win for the Bears. But for Sanborn specifically, yeah, like he's going to have a lesser role than last year, but still should have an opportunity to play a good amount. Now, will Jack Sanborn be a starter? And I'm talking about in 3 linebacker sets. He's not going to beat out Edmunds or Edwards. That's obvious. But will he be that 3rd starting linebacker? I think he will, so I'm going to type S for start. If you think he'll be a backup, type B for backup. Curious what you guys think. Maybe you think Noah Sewell will start. Let us know in the comments. Another loser here, Velus Jones Jr. Inconsistent play this offseason, had some drops again. So, big training camp for him coming up. But I think more importantly than any of that, you add Tyler Scott to the mix. You bring back Dante Pettis, who's going to push for a roster spot. Equanimous St. Brown's back in the fold. And the fact that Darnell Mooney has not been available in any of the offseason stuff, and Chase Claypool, after the first week of OTAs, missed the next 2 weeks of OTAs and minicamp, and we still didn't hear a ton about Velus Jones making a lot of plays. Not great, right? Because he certainly would have had some opportunities there. He made some plays, no doubt about it, but he's got a lot to prove. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. It was a disappointing rookie season for him. He had issues as the punt returner, which is why Pettis had to replace him in that role, and which is why I think Pettis is back to push him in that role again. So, listen, it is not a given that Velus Jones makes this football team. I hope he does. I'm pulling for him, but this franchise added a lot of receivers to the mix, and that's going to make the competition that much stiffer. One guy who's not going anywhere anytime soon is DJ Moore. We've got some DJ Moore jerseys available at chatsports.com/DJ, men's jerseys, women's jerseys as well. If you want to get your wife, your daughter, your girlfriend a jersey, we've got a few of those out there also. Chatsports.com/DJ, that link in the comments and in the description. Pick up a DJ Moore jerseys today. Remember, what's the answer? 1 + 2 = what? I expect the right answers in the comments below. Okay, speaking of one DJ Moore, he is a winner. We kind of already hit him during the Justin Fields part, but like Justin Fields, strong visor game. So, when you're bringing the swag, that's a very good thing. But he's going to be a stud. I mean, Justin Fields even admitted he was surprised how quickly him and DJ Moore got in sync and built that chemistry. I mean, they only traded for him a couple months ago. And that JF1 to DJ Moore chemistry has already been built very, very quickly. And the reason they brought him in here is because you need that true number 1 receiver to be a contender in today's NFL. He's cost-controlled over the next 3 years under contract. He's been a number 1 in bad offenses in the past, and you're hoping he can be a number 1 in a good offense here. And so far, so good for the biggest addition for most teams, I would say, this offseason. How about another winner? Rare rookie making it in our offseason winners and losers. Tyrique Stevenson, the rookie quarterback out of Miami. I loved this pick at the time. I mocked him to the Bears a few times leading up to the NFL draft. And the reports out of OTAs and minicamp have been pretty glowing for the rookie corner. Their secondary coach said that he's picking up scheme quick, which that's a good sign for rookies. A lot of rookies come in and you see the athleticism, you see the traits, but it takes time to pick up scheme. Well, Stevenson's picked that up quick, according to Bears secondary coach, so that's a positive. And by all accounts, it looks like he's going to be that second outside starting corner opposite of Jalen Johnson, with Kyler Gordon manning the nickel. So that's a really positive development. I thought that would be the case coming out of the draft, but you thought it might take a little bit longer, but he's kind of already in there as that starting corner. So that's very, very exciting. A loser, Bears pass rush. Not because the guys who are out there aren't showing much. It's hard to evaluate offensive and defensive linemen until the pads come on at training camp, but they haven't added an elite or even another good pass rusher since DeMarcus Walker. This is a position where you need to get better at. Unless you just think Dominique Robinson or Travis Gibson are going to take this huge jump, you got to get someone else in there. You need another edge. You know, I could recycle the names over and over and over. You guys know who they are at this point, but you got to get one of them in here. I still think that happens between now and training camp, or maybe even during training camp, but you know, it's got to happen soon, in my opinion. Now, name an edge the Bears should go out and sign. You know the suspects. Let me know, who should the Bears go sign to rush the passer? Drop a name in the comments section. Couple more here. Another loser, Larry Borom, for a couple reasons. One, obviously, you draft Darnell Wright, which I think it was pretty obvious they were going to draft a tackle. So, you know, I don't think that's the main reason, but that's a reason, right? Once they draft him, it's like, okay, I'm not a starter at this point. And then Matt Eberflus doubles down at the end of minicamp and said, it's a big summer coming up for Larry Borom, basically kind of calling him out like, hey, man, you're in year 3 here, year 2 in this offense, like talking about guys getting into proper shape. That tells me Borum might not be in the best of shape right now. Like, he's got to earn a roster spot. Matt Eberflus said that swing tackle spot is still up for grabs. Is it going to be Borum? Is it going to be Leatherwood? Keep an eye on a vet. Like, I do think the Bears could bring someone in on this offensive line to be that swing tackle, because I don't know if I trust Leatherwood or Borum, and I don't think you really have anyone else who could take that job, at least at the tackle position. So that is something to monitor in free agency as well. And then one more winner here, Jaquan Brisker, the rookie or second-year safety coming off his rookie year, which he was pretty honest and said he didn't think he had that good of a rookie year. I actually thought it was pretty solid, but you know, he came out and said, yeah, you know, I think I left a lot of plays on the table, and he certainly started out fast and hit a bit of a rookie wall. He had a concussion, which was a setback. He admitted that was a dark time he had to go through. It was a pretty serious concussion, it sounded like, but I think he's ready for takeoff. He's a clear leader on this team when you listen to him talk, and he's a guy who can create turnovers both in coverage and in run support. So I think he's going to have a big year, and if he does, this secondary could be awesome. I mean, Eddie Jackson's a great free safety. You've got Jalen Johnson. You hope Kyler Gordon takes that step, and if Tyrique Stevenson continues to progress, this could be one of the strongest position groups on this team. Now, who is the biggest winner of the Bears this offseason? Maybe you just want to say Ryan Poles or Flus or another player that I left out. Biggest winner for the Bears is who? I think it's Justin Fields. When you trade for DJ Moore, that's commitment, in my opinion. All right, guys, appreciate all of the love and support. Like I said, I'm back in the saddle after my vacation. If you want more videos to come, hit that subscribe button, bear down, and we'll see you soon.